Sharpen a chainsaw. Hello, my name is Larry and welcome to my YouTube channel. And today's video I am going to show you how to sharpen a chainsaw chain in probably less than 2 minutes with this and this. Stick around, I'll show you how it's done. It's not hard at all. If you watched any of my other videos in the past, you'll know that we have some road noise here. We're actually about 100 yards or 150 feet, something like that from the main road, but it's like a racetrack out there. So bear with me if you hear some background noise, cars and traffic. We'll try to make this as clear as possible and as fast as possible for you. Yep, let's sharpen that chainsaw chain. I might also mention that we're going to be using an air compressor today with an air tool, and that air compressor is actually only about 20 feet from me. Now I wish I had a Dremel tool like you see on the back side of the table back over there in the far corner, but that one right there I don't have a collet to fit the tool that we're going to be using, so we are going to have to use an air compressor driving that central pneumatic tool you see right there on the table. And it might get noisy if the compressor comes on, which I'm sure it will, but hopefully you can hear me. If not, I'll edit that part of the video out and I will actually do a voiceover for that. So let's see if we can make this happen. All right, one of the first things you're going to want to do is make sure you got you a tool that you can use something of this size in. And I'm going to try to get this closer where you can see it, and hopefully it won't blur out. Now this is a tool usually that goes on an actual machine itself, and it's got a nut that holds it in place. However, I'm not using that. I'm just using a Dremel tool with the correct collet, and I'm putting it inside there. And I like it because I'm actually controlling everything that needs to be controlled, and it's not that hard for me to do outside of the noise from the compressor. Now I'll post some links down in the description where you can find these. There's more than one type, as you see here, and I dropped one on the floor. But let me get over here and grab another bag. I've got 4 or 5 bags of them. They come to you just like that, and they come with different sizes. 4.5 millimeter to 5.5 millimeter. I mean, there's different sizes depending on what you need. This bag here has 3 different sizes, which was pretty cool. I think it was like a total of $9.99. But I can tell you this, folks, that it is amazing how fast you can sharpen your chainsaw chain using this tool or a tool that's similar to this, and how sharp it'll actually be. Now one thing that you want to pay attention to, and hopefully I can get it in the video, I'm going to try to focus it in. And hopefully I won't lose focus. I may not be able to get you exactly what you want, but I'm going to try to show you best I can. What you're concerned about is the tip right here. Right here on the very top of that tip, that's what is doing all of your cutting basically, right there. Right under. And we're going to be taking that tool and we're going to be running it in there at an angle just like you see there. And we want to make sure that we keep it flush or parallel with the top, just like you see right there. Don't like this, not like this, not like this, not like this, but you want it to where you're going to have it parallel to this top right here of the tooth. You're trying to get that top edge sharp right above it or to the back of that little stone, and you're also trying to cut this inner part out at the same time. So if you hold it just like that, you're going to do a very good job of doing that. Now after you sharpen a chain so many times, you're going to find that it's not going to cut as well, because this right here is almost as high as this. So if that occurs and you sharpen this chain, I've only sharpened this chain twice, so it's still got a lot of meat to sharpen on it. Now there's an angle, a bar right here, a bar right here, a bar right here, and a bar right here. That's letting you know, that's kind of like a marker as to where or how far you can cut back and still be safe. Now do not get this thing so far down in there that you start cutting into top link on your bar here, bar chain, or the chain from the bar above it. You don't want to start cutting down in here because you're going to weaken that. So again, keep it in there at the right angle, run it in and out till you feel it sharp, and you should be good. Now the other thing you want to keep in mind is that make sure your chain is got enough tension on the bar itself, so that way when you're rolling it like that, I can do it this freely, You want to make sure that you're keeping this as stable as you possibly can when you're running your stone in there and you're cutting that out. Now guys, I have tried your hand files, I've tried the machines, and the machines are okay, but I find it's very consistent for me to have this in a die grinder and put it on here and just set myself at an angle and get myself situated where I'm comfortable and just run that thing right in there. So let me get the air compressor. You're going to start hearing some noise. You won't hear me saying anything, most likely. However, pay attention to what I'm doing, and if I have to, I'll narrate a voiceover on it. But I think you'll get the view or the idea of what I'm trying to do here. So stick with me. Yep, just like I said, the old compressor's coming on. But I think we'll get it. See, we got the compressor on. Now I'm going to start with these teeth right here first, and then I'm going to go back around. I'm going to flip the saw back around the other way, and I'm going to do those next. So here we go. If you notice how shiny it's starting to get, you can see down inside there that it's actually doing a real good job of cutting that, and you can feel the top of that tooth, and you can feel, man, it's making it super sharp. So we're going to go all the way around. If you want to, use the tool to push the chain back so that you don't cut your fingers. Now that one there, I can see that I hit a piece of metal or something with it. But it did take it out, so the old chain is salvageable. Now I say, you can do this in 2 minutes. You can. If I wasn't teaching you, I could run right through this in less than 2 minutes. You can actually see some of the dust flying off from the shavings. You don't have to get in there and handle them. Just if you see them polished up like that right there, that means you're getting real close to having them where you want it. Now I'm going to flip the chain saw back around. Now I'm going to start on the opposite side because my angle is going to be different. It's a little more difficult when you're working on this side to see which ones you've done and which ones you haven't. I know I've done that one, I've done that one, that was done. It's also good to mark your chain before you start grinding. It'll help you know where you need to be going. Now that I know I've gotten all of them, and I've done the same teeth from the opposite side because I see little edges on them. Now I'm going to go back in there and do the ones that I haven't done, and it'll make this chain like a brand new one. Now you can do this probably, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 times, but it really depends on how much meat you're taking out of each one of these teeth and how far down this right here is compared to the tooth on the chain itself. So pay attention to that. If you have to, you may get a file. You have to get a file and knock these down 25 thousandths, so you don't have that much hanging out here to cut. Now the reason for these are called stops. This keeps you from actually just that tooth digging into the wood so well or so hard that the little motor will not pull it, and it also keeps from backlashing on you, slinging the saw back and forth. There's a reason to have these, and that is that reason. It is to limit how much that saw will cut. But if you have a saw that you run into some wood and you find out, well, you're only getting powder out of it, damn, you know right there that your blade, your chainsaw chain needs to be sharpened. So this is something that will resolve that pretty quickly. It's not hard to do. It's very inexpensive. And one of these stones, you can use this thing for, I don't know, probably 15, 20, 25 chains. It depends how fast you wear this little diamond down inside here, or what these stones are. I'm sure they're diamond, but depends how hard you are on that and how you abuse it. You drop it, I'm sure it's going to tear it up. But folks, I can't stress the fact that this is one of my easiest ways I have found to sharpen a chainsaw chain by far. It is the fastest, the most economical, and if you've got a battery powered one of these and you're out in the woods cutting and you don't have any electricity to run a compressor or air, man, it'd be the way to go. You know, just slamming one of these in there and you're cutting some wood, and all of a sudden you see you're having to really fight the chainsaw a lot and you're just not cutting. Boy, put some quick edges on it real quick with this little tool right here, and bam, 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 bingo, you'll be cutting that wood again. Now what I'm going to do is I will post some links down in the description below of where these can currently be bought at on Amazon. If you don't see them there, just send me a message, and I'll try to update the listing to find out where these are at, where you can purchase them right away, because it's kind of hard to dig these up on Amazon and find what you need. But I'll post a couple of links down in the description below. Hit the more button, it'll open up a little bit more of a page, and you'll be able to see the link there that you click on. You can go buy these if you need them and if you're interested. Now also, we have a website called tx-covers.com. We don't have these on it, but we do have sawmill building parts and some other stuff there if you're interested in watching our videos on YouTube. So, hey guys, man, I don't know what else to tell you. This is something I stumbled upon about 6 months ago, and I wish I'd have found it earlier. What I'm going to do with this video, or this clip of the video, I'm going to try to get closer in to some of the teeth that we sharpened and see if you can see the difference that it made. Let me flip the chainsaw around where it makes it easier for you to see it. And that way we'll get some more light on it. All right, if you see how shiny it is right there, right there is one we sharpened. And right there is one we sharpened. We sharpened pretty much all of these that are facing, I guess the point is facing to the left. So guys, I'm gonna tell you, once you put this after you sharpen these teeth on this just chainsaw chain, this little mini Max, which is, I think it's an 18-inch chain, on this steel MS 260 or 240, whichever one it is, we'll just it'll load that motor up. That chain will dig more than that motor can stand. So hey man, do not pass this up. This is a must-have if you own a saw, or shall I say a chainsaw. You just got to have something like this to sharpen the chain. Now I've got about 15 chains that I just hung up on the side of the table there. I'm going to put them out there, and I'm going to sharpen every damn one of those to save myself probably several $100s. We ask that you hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe if you learned anything from this video. We're just a small mom and pop channel out there that just struggling in this big old world against these major companies. So hey, thumbs up, like, subscribe. I'll see you in my next video.